So right now, the big talk everywhere in Nigeria is about Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and the latest decision from the Federal High Court. Just yesterday, news came out that the court has rejected his request to be moved out of Sokoto Prison, and that decision is stirring up plenty of reactions both online and offline. As we speak, many people are wondering why the court made that call and what it really means for Kanu and his legal team going forward. But before we go deep into it, if you are watching this right now, please like this video and subscribe. It helps a lot so you don't miss any update like this one. So here's the full gist. Nnamdi Kanu, after his conviction on terrorism charges last month, had asked the court to allow him to move from Sokoto Prison to either Kuje in Abuja or Kefi in Nasarawa State. His reason was simple. He said Sokoto is too far from where his lawyers, family, and appeal court are based. According to his team, it's really hard for them to prepare and follow up on his appeal properly while he's that far away. They said even simple legal communication and documentation become difficult when he's over 700 kilometers from the capital. Now, the judge that handled this new application, Justice James Omotosho, said no, not because he was against Kanu's request, but because the application wasn't done properly. The motion was filed ex parte, meaning it was made without informing or including the other parties like the federal government and the Nigerian Correctional Service. And according to the judge, you can't grant such an order without hearing from all sides. So instead of approving the move, the judge said they should refile the motion the right way, this time as a motion on notice, and serve all the involved parties. He also fixed the next hearing date for January 27, 2026. So what that means in plain terms is that this isn't the end of the road for Kanu's request. The court didn't say, no forever, it just said, not now, not this way. It's more like, go and do it properly, then come back. But until that happens, Nnamdi Kanu stays in Sokoto Prison. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're finding this gist interesting, it really helps the channel grow. Now let's talk about why Kanu's team is pushing so hard for the transfer. They said the distance from Sokoto to Abuja is not just about comfort, it affects their legal work. His lawyers say they can't easily visit him to discuss important court documents or prepare for the next steps in his case. Even when the family wants to see him, the cost and stress of traveling that far make it almost impossible. They also raised human rights concerns, saying everyone, even a convicted person, has a right to fair access to legal help, and that right is being limited by where he's being held. But on the other side, the federal government has reasons too. When Kanu was sentenced, the court ordered that he be kept in a secure facility elsewhere in Nigeria, not in Kuje or any other prison close to Abuja. The government believes that keeping him far away from the capital helps maintain peace and security, especially considering his large following and how sensitive his case is politically. Some government supporters say that allowing him to be in Kuje again could create tension or even unrest, remembering how there was a major prison break there a few years ago. Now, this situation is creating a divided opinion in the country. Some Nigerians say the government should respect his right to a fair trial and make things easier for his lawyers, while others believe that national security should come first. It's one of those cases where both sides have strong arguments. If you're watching right now, tell me in the comments, what do you think is more important here, his right to easier legal access, or the government's need for security? And again, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. That's how we keep giving you this kind of real-time gist. The interesting part of this story is how it connects to the bigger issue of justice and security in Nigeria. This case is not only about one man, it shows how difficult it is to balance fairness with safety. The judge's decision shows that even if a request sounds reasonable, the law has to follow the right steps. The court said you can't just grant an order because someone asks nicely, you must make sure everyone involved gets a chance to speak. And that's a lesson not only for this case but for many others, that justice has to be complete and fair, not rushed. Now, people close to Kanu are saying they will follow the court's direction and refile the motion the right way. They want to show that they respect the process but still believe Kanu deserves to be moved closer to his legal team. Some reports say that they are already preparing to serve the government and the correctional service as the judge requested. So we might see another court session early next year that could decide whether he will stay in Sokoto or be transferred somewhere closer. For now, though, the reality is that he's still in Sokoto Prison, and it seems he'll be there through the Christmas and New Year period. Some of his supporters online are calling it unfair treatment, while others are urging calm, saying they trust that justice will prevail in time. What's clear is that this case is far from over, and every new development gets a lot of attention both in Nigeria and abroad. It's not just about Kanu himself, it's about how Nigeria handles legal cases that carry big political and social impact. There's also something to note about the Legal Aid Council being involved. Usually, Kanu is represented by private lawyers, but this time, the Legal Aid Council filed the motion on his behalf. That tells you something about how complex and serious this case has become. When government-backed legal bodies start getting involved, it shows the matter is being treated as more than a normal appeal. So as we head toward January, all eyes are now on that date, January 27, 2026. That's when the court will revisit this motion and listen to both sides. Between now and then, a lot can happen: more legal filings, public reactions, and statements from his team or supporters. And you can be sure we'll be here to bring you every update as it happens, in clear and simple English so everyone understands exactly what's going on. Before we wrap up, let's reflect a bit. This kind of story reminds us that justice is not always fast, but it should be fair. Even when emotions run high, the law demands that every side be heard properly. It also reminds government institutions to communicate clearly with the public so people don't fill the gap with rumors. Transparency builds trust, especially in a case as sensitive as this one. So for now, Nnamdi Kanu stays in Sokoto. His team is preparing for the next legal move. The government says it's about security, while his lawyers say it's about fairness. The court says, follow the right process and come back. That's where we are today, and it's going to be a very interesting few weeks ahead. If you've been following this gist till now, thank you for watching, and please, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss the next update. Every click helps us keep bringing you real news, simple and straight. Let's keep the conversation going. Tell us in the comments what you think about this whole case. Should Kanu be moved or not? We'll read your thoughts and use them in our next update. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay safe.